or Encourage Yourself by Donald Lawrence. So here we go with solo 1. The first sign is sometimes. So it's going to be a flat hand, kind of at an oblique angle. Your dominant hand is going to make an index straight up, and it's going to strike at the palm twice. Sometimes. Sometimes. You're going to point. You can sweep point, it doesn't matter, but as long as it's pointing towards somebody. You. Have to. We're not actually going to sign have to. Instead, we're going to sign need. So need is 2 X hands are going to face down. And those are X hand shapes. That's the X hand shape. They're going to face down. And then you're going to push them down. Need. And then encourage. You have slightly cupped hands, and it's like you're nudging someone to move forward. Encourage. Encourage. Yourself. You're going to do the flat hand towards somebody. So your, and then self is the A hand shape, thumb facing up, and then it also goes out. So yourself. Yourself. Okay, so that goes sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Next line is sometimes you have to speak. So it's going to be the 4 hand shape. Taps against the lips twice. Speak. Victory. V hand shapes are going to circle. Victory. During or in the test. So you're going to go into F hand shapes. This is the sign for trial. F hand shapes are going to alternate up, down. Trial. So that goes sometimes you have to speak victory during the test. The next one is and. So it's going to start with an open hand. And it's going to pull into a closed O hand, okay? So it starts at the opposite side, open, pull into a closed flat O on your dominant side. No matter. You're going to start with open 5 hands. They're going to face up or towards you. And the fingers are going to kind of just mesh in between each other. No matter. Doesn't matter. How? You're going to have bent hands. The knuckles are going to start by each other. Your dominant hand is going to start facing down, and it's going to turn so that way they both are facing you. That's how. How. Alright. The next sign is you again. Feel is middle finger pointing in. The other fingers are pointing out. And feel is going to start about at your belly button and swipe up. Feel. Speak. Oh, the word. So instead of the word, we're going to say the promise. So that's an index on the lips into a flat hand on your fist, or S hand. So promise. From the side, that looks like this. Promise. And you will. It's a flat hand. It's going to come straight out. So will. Will. Be healed. Healed is going to be open hands at your shoulder, and they're going to just pull straight out into a fist. Healed. All right, so that line goes, and no matter how you feel, speak the word, and you will be healed. Next line is speak over yourself. And you have your S hand down here, and then your dominant hand is going to kind of hover over that. So it goes speak over yourself. And then it goes encourage yourself. That's it for solo 1. Solo 1 at this point will join the choir. Solo 2. O. Sometimes, again, flat hand at an oblique. Index finger is going to swipe twice. Sometimes you gotta, again, we're going to do the sign for need. Pat your own self on the back. So essentially you're going to pat yourself on the back, and then you're going to do yourself. Okay? So you're saying, oh, sometimes you need pat back yourself. Okay? So that goes, oh, sometimes you gotta pat your own self on the back. Yeah, the sign for yeah is going to be an S hand shape, and it's going to nod down. Okay? This can be small, this can be big, but you have to get that nodding motion in, okay? Yes. Yes. And then you. And again, it's open hand pulling into a closed O hand shape. And no matter how. Again, bent hands, knuckles together. The dominant hand faces down and twists in towards you. How you feel. I speak the word or promise. Index on the lips comes down into a flat hand on the S. Promise. Speak a word. Over your, and life is going to be 2 A hands, thumbs facing up, and they're going to start down by your belly button and slide up. Life. Oh, and you will, flat hand comes out, will be healed. Open hands at shoulder, come straight out into a fist. Healed. Healed. Speak over yourself. Encourage yourself in the Lord. L hand at opposite shoulder comes down into the L hand shape at that hip. So that's Lord. Okay. That's all for solo 2 for now. Solo 2 will come back to you for the 4th verse. Solo 3. You start off with O. Sometimes, again, flat hand, the index finger is going to swipe twice. Sometimes you have to, we're actually going to be signing need again, so that's the X hand shape. And it's going to face down and just goes down. So that's need. Sometimes you have to speak. Again, 4 hand shape, taps the lips twice. Speak a word or promise. Index finger on the lips comes down into a flat hand over the S hand shape. Promise over yourself. Depression. Depression is going to be that middle finger facing your body while the other fingers are straight out. It's going to start right here at your top of the sternum, and then about your diaphragm area. It's going to start there, and it's just going to slide down with kind of a defeated body expression. So depression is all around or surround. So that's an S hand shape, index finger facing you. S hand shape is going to start at its shoulder, and it's going to wrap around to the other shoulder. That's the sign for surround. Surround. So that goes, depression is all around, but index fingers are going to start as a cross, and they're going to come apart. But, okay, so but, God, so that's a flat hand. It is parallel with the ground, and then it does an upturn to go perpendicular to the ground. So it's God. From the side, that looks like this. God. But God is present help. So that's help. That's an A hand on the flat hand. It's going to start up towards God and come down towards you. Okay? So that goes, but God is present help. Alright? Well, the enemy created walls. Okay, so we're going to sign now, which is two Y hands that come straight down. Now for well. Now, the enemy, right? They start together. They're going to pull apart. And then you're going to go into open hands down. Okay, so you're saying a separating person. The hands down, that's the sign for person. So you have enemy. So it goes now, the enemy created or built. So built is the H hands or U hands, and they're going to kind of build on top of each other. Okay? Well, the enemy created walls. You're going to have B hand shapes. They're going to start together and come apart. Walls. But remember, that's a thumb or an A hand thumb on the temple that comes down to an A hand thumbs up, and they tap twice. Remember. Giants, so it's essentially you're going to do a bent hand shape. It's going to go up as high as you can get that hand to go, okay? So, but remember, giants, they will fall, and then you're going to kind of do a giant, and then you're going to watch it fall, okay? Speak, that's a four hand shape, taps the lip twice. Speak over yourself. Encourage yourself in the Lord. That's the L at the shoulder. It's going to arch down to the hip, opposite hip. All right, that's it for solo 3. At this point, well, prior to this point, you were with the choir, and then after this point, you're going to join the choir again. Okay? We go back to solo 2. It says, oh, as I, index finger points to yourself, I minister. That's an F hand shape. Up by the temple, it's going to tap out twice. So minister to you, you're going to present out to the people. Oh, I minister to myself. So that's the self, again, the A hand shape, but it's going to sternum there. Self. All right. Life, that's the A hand shape, so we're going to start by the belly button. They're going to slide up. Life can hurt. Index fingers, one facing down, one facing up, and they're going to twist. Okay, now if you want to show more hurt, you're going to take, you're going to show your hands kind of wringing out a cloth. Hurt. Okay, so that's excruciating pain. So there's hurt, and then there's extreme hurt. Okay? Alright, so it says, life can hurt you so till you feel there's nothing left. So what you're going to sign is there's nothing or no reason. That's the R hand shape by the temple, and it's going to draw a circle, small circle there by the temple. So there's nothing or reason left. And then we're going to sign life. So we're saying there's no reason to live. That's how you feel. And then we say, oh, no matter how, again, the bent hand shape comes up, how you feel, speak a word over your life, you will be healed. All right.